I am a blind 18-year-old, ask me anything.
Before we start, be sure to like and subscribe to be the first to know about new videos. Comment your answer below.
Do you enjoy films regardless of not seeing the screen? If I watch on my phone or in a theater, sitting close, I can usually see most of the action. When it comes to watching them on actual TVs, it's just a blur, but yeah. I'm more of a TV series person than a movie person, to be fair, but I definitely still like to watch things. My current favorite show is Peaky Blinders, and I watched Room a little while back, which was great. My favorite movie might be It, 2017, though. What's something that is difficult to do for blind people that we don't talk about much or at all? Getting a job, 100%. In general, after someone has adapted to blindness, it doesn't keep us from being able to work. However, it does make people wary of hiring us. The ADA makes discrimination against the disabled illegal when it doesn't interfere with the job being done. But it still happens. People can barely fathom seeing us alone in public, let alone working. Out applications tend to be thrown out, and 80% of us are unemployed. How many jobs are there where blindness, let's say completely blind here, doesn't interfere with the job? If the company will spring for the tools, anything that uses a computer can actually be managed by a blind person, believe it or not. I've seen it done in a call center. How are you reading this? As I have some vision, I'm able to use a screen to read if I zoom in on the text. Totally blind users use something called a screen reader, which speaks text aloud. I really do not understand the 2020 or 2400 thing. So can you illustrate how you are seeing images? Let's say you are looking at bright red stop signs, what do you see? 2020 means you can see something at 20 feet as expected. 2400 means you can see at 20 feet what would be expected for typical people could see at 400 feet, so everything needs to be 20x larger for him to see it. Yes. Thank you. I never really understood this. So is 420 Superman vision? You would have a hard time seeing things that were close, Do you wear glasses or contacts, and do you have a driver's license? I do wear glasses, though not often as they don't do much for my vision anymore. I can't legally drive, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't end well if I tried, lol. You can still legally drive bumper cars. Seriously, they just check your height. They rebranded them to Dodgem cars when I was a kid. I bumped one car and they pulled me out. That was the first and only time I got a go, and it was about 15 seconds. This is atrocious. I live in a non-English speaking country and they've done the same here, except they still call them by the old name that refers to bumping into other cars. Yet you can't bump the bumper cars almost anywhere anymore, not on purpose anyway. Life hack. If there was a button you could push that would give you full vision, but someone else you didn't know became totally blind, would you push it? Nah. Op is a good man. Why? Edit, not sure what's wrong with being curious why exactly he wouldn't do that. Probably because someone they didn't know would become totally blind. Nah, I just don't really want to change my vision. Do you think giving up blindness will be like losing a superpower? I've heard that blind people usually have higher focusing abilities compared to a normal person with clear vision. Nah. I don't have superpowers. I just think I'm not any worse off. How does blindness affect your career choices? Honestly, blindness hasn't changed them much at all. I like theater, and I'm a dancer, so I plan to do those things to some extent. However, I enjoy not starving, so I'm also getting my STNA right now. The career school training me for that also awards its graduates with a $3,000 scholarship to a local college, which is enough to get me a phlebotomy certificate. That's what I want to do. Surprisingly, it's better to have a phlebotomist use touch alone to find a vein, because that's the more accurate way. I'm the perfect candidate for that. I also enjoy not starving. It is neat finding things in common with people who live far away. I live in Colorado. Wow. That is a very interesting detail about phlebotomy. That is definitely something I have avoided. I don't even want to know I have veins, let alone having to look at them, feel them, or have needles near them. I bet your approach would make people more calm, when we are already nervous about having blood drawn. I'd go to you for a blood test any day. The amount of times they went for the easy veins just because they were visible, but in turn they decided to just bounce on them the second the needle went in. No one listens to me when I tell them the specific place to draw my blood. I used to teach phlebotomy and I always taught students to find veins by feel. If they look for veins with their eyes, they are easily misled. Going by feel is how it's done. I've loved reading your responses, you seem like such a cool person.
You have been visited by Sad Cat. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to make Sad Cat happy again.